Hey everyone. I think I'm going to flatten the room with my blog, unfortunately, but we'll just wait and see. Earlier this week, or probably exactly a week ago, I started talking to a friend. Yeah, I started talking to a friend again that I hadn't spoken to for about a year or so, and the last time we spoke kind of ended on bad terms. So when we were talking again, it was kind of a really good, reassuring, like, there was kind of a bit of a mutual kind of bit of fulfillment. Like, we never kind of, well, like, the friendship, I think I was probably responsible for most of the friendship ending, and I'd kind of never forgiven myself for that, and I thought that I hadn't been forgiven for that. And I was forgiven, and it was just the most awesome thing. It was like an answer to prayer, and it was real good. And I was working by myself because I work in a warehouse. There's a big warehouse and a little warehouse with no one in it. And I was working in the warehouse with no one in it. And usually it'd be kind of a boring job, you know, have music on or something like that. But, like, I was flying for a couple of days. Like, I was just having the best time. Like, days are going real quick. It was real good because I was feeling good. And then on Thursday night, I saw this film called The Mist. Now, I don't know if anyone's seen The Mist yet, but I can't give away the ending, but there's a bit of a morbid kind of deathy theme to it, and amongst other things. And it brought me down a fair bit. Like, it kind of just cut me down a little bit in the way I was feeling. And I just kind of started trying to think about why, and I ended up watching a couple of other movies over the rest of the week that kind of dealt with death. Another one was Once Upon a Time in the West, which is a Western, but for the whole movie, every character is basically doomed, so you're just kind of watching them play out their doom. And it's amazing how not depressing it was, but it kind of made me think more. And then I saw a film yesterday called There Will Be Blood, in which there isn't that much blood, but it also deals with death, and that this main character, he kind of dies slowly over the whole film. And by the end, as in who he is, and by the end he's just like a shell of a man, he's just like a monster. And I've heard that, like, samurais are supposed to think about death, like, all the time, so that when they die, it's not like a surprise. It's just like, oh, I'm dead now. And I don't consider myself like a samurai or a morbid person or anything, but I can honestly say that I think every day for as long as I can remember, I've thought about dying or death or something like that. And I don't think it's like such a negative, but it kind of, I don't really know why I do it. I think it's just kind of always there in the front of my head, like, how much can I try and get out of my day? I never get enough out of my day, but how much can I try and do just in case, you know, on the way home I get tipped into traffic or something weird like that. And I've kind of had a bit of difficulty reconciling why I think about death in that way. I'm not a morbid person, but it's just kind of something that goes through my head a lot. And I haven't been able to reconcile it, pretty much. So I'm just kind of, this week, I think, with all my thinking time in the warehouse by myself, it'll be kind of working through why I think about this stuff, basically. It's my blog.